So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's session of GG Ahmedabad and Pune regarding AI assistant for a teacher. And this is Dr. Vishal Varia, leader for GG Ahmedabad. And this is yet another session for AI in education, where we are bringing in front of you some good tool uh, for a teacher to be used in the field of AI for education. So, as you all must be knowing, that GGs are Google Educator groups, and GG Ahmedabad has been one of the first groups to start this kind of edtech professional development, where we have this kind of sessions. Earlier, it used to be weekly sessions, now probably monthly or once in by month, 2 months, regarding professional development towards edtech tools. So, I'm glad to welcome you all for today's session, and together with me, I have Harish Iyer from Flint.com. I know many of you from Ahmedabad will be knowing what Flint is, and it's a very good tool. And he's a founder of Flint, and he's again an entrepreneur and an edupreneur. So he keeps on innovative things for teachers. He's basically working with academics, and he's fond of giving some tools that are useful for teachers and the teaching community. So we welcome you, Harish. And let us start today's session about what AI tool you are bringing for us, the teachers.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Varia. Thank you so much, GG Ahmedabad, and all the educators who have taken time and come to the session. So, I'll just give a slight brief about myself, and then I'll begin with the session. In the session, I will. Okay, so let me just share my screen and begin.
So in the meantime, when the session is going on, you are free to put in your queries, suggestions in the chat box. I shall be regularly monitoring the chat, and if need be, I shall be intervening the session and putting up your queries to Harish.
Yeah. So, right. So, so just a little bit of background of myself. I have been in education for more than 2 decades now, and my special interest has been in service professional development of educators and the use of technology. Like Dr. Varia mentioned, I have developed tech platforms earlier, but early last year, when we started looking at AI, then the thought came that how can AI be used by educators? And that is when I started working on this platform, UTLin, which is Unified Teaching and Learning Interface. And the idea is to enable every teacher to truly teach the way they want to teach, right? So without wasting time, I will begin. In the meantime, I'm admitting people who are signing in, right? So whatever I have understood about personalized education, about constructivist methodologies, about assessment for learning, I have tried to weave in most of those things into the platform. And this cohort that I'm talking to is among the first cohort that I am presenting to. So your feedback on the platform will be very, very essential, and it will help us improve on the platform. AI tools as such are always work in progress, but I hope this serves some need. And at the end of the session, I look forward to questions from you. Right. So let me begin with the presentation. So, like I said, so it all begins the way we see the platform. And when we looked at AI, there are multiple different tools that are available. But our way of looking at AI was that it all starts either at the syllabus or at the content. So as an educator, suppose you are teaching a Cambridge program or you are teaching at a university level, we have tried this at all levels. So this is essentially for all kinds of educators. This is not only K-12. So this is all kinds of educators from across the spectrum, right from colleges, universities to, so the way we see this is there is a syllabus, and that syllabus specifies the outcomes, the topics to be covered, the chapters and the units to be covered. And at times, most of the time, for example, if you are teaching CBSE or if you are teaching, I'm based out of Gujarat, so say Gujarat board, then you probably even have content. The books are also there, right? But at times, if you are teaching certain other syllabuses, for example, you may be teaching Bridge board or something else. So then you may have a syllabus, you may or may not have a specific book. So the way we have designed this platform is either you may be starting from a scratch and thinking, okay, I have syllabus, I have a set of outcomes, and I want to build my whole course, and then develop and use instructional resources, okay? Or you may say that I already have a book with me. That's step 2. You're starting at the content level, and say that I already have the content with me. I'm teaching NCERT or any other book that I have, and I just want to generate instructional resources based on that book. So either ways, you can use the platform. Now, once you have the content in hand, either it is generated from syllabus and objectives, or it is developed directly from a book, then you get on to the planning stage, where you are thinking, what kind of activities should I do? Where can this be applied in real life? What can I share with my students? What kind of misconceptions will my students be having? How can I address those misconceptions? I need mind maps to show. I need presentations to show. I need case studies. I need quizzes. I need MCQs. I need assessment rubrics. I need self-assessment rubrics. I need revision checklists. So when you look at a topic in particular, there could be so many things that a teacher wants. That's the planning stage. And then you go on to the teaching or within the classroom, right, which we have mentioned here as presentation. It's not essentially presentation, but it is in-class interactions, right? So there you may be using your PowerPoint, mind map. You may be discussing activities in the classroom like that. And post that, you will end up with MCQs-based assessments or quiz-based assessments or projects and assignments, and then feedback on all of that. So this is how we see the whole journey, and this is how the educators will be able to use all this, right? So our tool, we feel, will be a great resource for you on all steps of this. So you have outcomes or syllabuses, you can generate content. With the generated content, you can plan. With that planning, you can step into the classroom, teach, and post that, you can assess and give feedback, okay? So going further. Right. So like I said, if you are at the syllabus stage, then you can define your book. You can define the language level. So it's a beginner's level, basic level, intermediate level, advanced level. What kind of language? English language. Let me put it this way at this point in time. At this point in time, we are English language only. Going forward, as AI and other tools develop, we may look at the other subjects. So currently, when you specify language, it is about English language, and you can specify the levels. Then you can define what are the units, what are the chapters, what are the topics, what are the sessions. One of the teachers that we tried this out with, the teacher actually designed the whole curriculum of 100 sessions. So she said session 1, session 2, session 3, like that. So within unit 1, I will take 12 sessions. Then within unit 2, I will take 5 more sessions or 8 more sessions, like that. And then you can define your context. For example, you are based out of Kerala, or you are based out of Delhi, or you are based out of Oman or Muscat, and you want to weave in those local context. So you can specify, when you are defining the book, you can specify which region you are in and what is your context. Okay. Within each topic, if you have some pet examples, you can specify them if you want, because suppose you are teaching a topic and you feel that I definitely want this particular case study to be taken. So you can just specify that. That way, what is happening is the content is coming out in a contextualized, personalized, and customized manner. The same topic may be taught, but it is coming with examples from your context and your own experience. And then you can publish the content, then you can view the content. Once you have done this, you go to step 2, which is you map the prompts. Okay. So you can, these are some of the prompts that we have given at the planning, under the planning category. We have
Harish,
yeah.
Can I take a moment here?
Sure.
Yeah. So when friends, as the discussion is going on, it just came to my mind that AI is here to help the teachers, but it's not that easy to take tasks or work from AI. So there was a request in the chat box, like if we can just have some little bit of Hindi language. So I thoda bahut मैं try करता हूँ, and Harish will also try. But we have audience from international schools as well, so may not be taking the entire session in Hindi. The question here is that AI को आप कैसे use करोगे? Like you've been say chat GPT अगर आपको पता है तो yeah, see that's the point. Okay, Geeta ma'am, sure. So many of you must have used ChatGPT or some other AI tools which are free and ready to use, but still may not have found the desired output even using those tools. So what is important is, like, in computers we were taught that it's a GIGO device. It's garbage in and garbage out. So what you feed to AI, you will receive in return in terms of answer or your desired output. So in case if you want to have a question paper, okay, as per your requirement for a particular subject, including the level of difficulty, like high difficulty level or low difficulty level, then and the prompt that you have to enter is something very, very complex. So what you see right now, what the session right now promises, what the tool is about is like making this particular task for the teachers easy. Right? Rather than developing a prompt or giving a prompt to the AI tool yourself and not still fetching the desired output, you get a ready-made tool which will allow you to just select some combinations, some buttons, some options, and thereby it will auto-generate some prompt in the background and it will fetch you the desired result. So the entire concept here is about how to use AI as an assistant in your subject. KK, you have a question here?
So how to create the prominent prompts? This is the big question for this session.
Yes, so this is the basic question, but here with this tool, a teacher may not need to prepare the prompts at all. You have certain set of selections, and that is what the tool is. And Harish is slowly, taking us to that level, for demonstration of the tool, where we will come to know how to use this tool in our day-to-day lectures. So just I take a moment to just announce this thing to the audience so that it becomes a little more interesting for the teachers.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. That makes absolute sense, right? So, so the objective is, like Dr. Varia mentioned, that using AI is not everybody's. Everybody cannot use everything the way everybody can. Okay, I'll put it like that. If you work hard on it, you can. Okay, there's nothing wrong. Number one, and number two, high quality AI is very expensive. For example, if you are using a ChatGPT paid version, you will be paying around 2,400 rupees per month. And same goes for Gemini, around 2,000, Microsoft Copilot, around 2,700, 800, something like that. So on a monthly basis, we are looking at a lot of money. And at the same time, when we look at the education sector, we have a syllabus, although there will be changes and we want a little bit of customization, but 70-80% of it remains the same. 20-30% of it you will generate again every year. So to spend so much money is very difficult. I have come across educators who can't spend 30,000 rupees every year on buying an AI tool. So So this tool will address all those issues. For example, how do you store the content well, hierarchically? How do you generate tools which can address all these needs? For example, you are seeing planning on your screen. So for every topic in your syllabus, how do you generate, what are the real life applications? How can you generate, what kind of misconceptions could students be having? How do you generate notes which compare and contrast different things? How can you generate lesson starters when you walk into your class and you want to do something in 5 minutes? What can you do there? What kind of experiential learning activities, what kind of mathematical, logical intelligence activities can you do? What kind of activities can you do to stimulate thinking skills? So everybody, one, may not know about these pedagogical approaches. Two, they may not know how to write the prompts. Three, they may not have access to paid subscriptions in which they are monthly paying 2,500 rupees. So that is the premise behind making this tool. And as I walk you through, so like I said, as a teacher, these are some of, I'm just outlining what kind of resources we need. And then I'll take you through quickly as to how you can use those resources, right? Okay, so in planning, like I said, we can do all this. Then when you walk into the classroom, you may, like I said, you may need mind maps, or you may need presentations, and presentations you may need in Q&A format, or in presentation, you may need an application-based activity. Then when you get on to assessment, you may need MCQs, success criteria, feedback, self-assessment criteria, revision checklist, a range of things. And when I show you the demo, you will be able to see that you can generate all this at the click of a button, and also customize and personalize it. Another issue comes up, especially with math educators, that they have needs like, I've got this particular sum, but I need something which is similar to that. Okay, I don't need that. And all this they need in editable Word doc format, because you can't type math equations, right? So you may have images which you want to convert. You may want multiple sums of a given type. So these are some of the math specific things that math educators want from AI. We have done an extensive survey of educators from hundreds of schools, colleges, universities to understand what is it that they exactly want. And then language teachers. Language teachers want grammar questions from a given context. They want comprehension passages of a certain level of language, questions which can actually assess literature, literary skills, language skills of students. And these are very different type of prompts as compared to the other prompts. So we have managed to cater to all these categories. So quickly running you through. So how does the platform work? Number one, you either create your book or you upload an existing syllabus. And for people who are from NCERT, CBSE background, we have already preloaded books from 6th standard to 12th standard of many subjects. And you can directly use that without this particular step. And then you may gradually shift to creating your own books as well. Okay. Then step two, once you have added, you can review, you can add images, you can add tables, you can add data. And after you've done that, you can map the prompts and start using it. Okay. So I will now get on to, I'll stop this and I'll go to sharing the demo or the walkthrough of the platform, right? So let me begin. Right. So what happens is, first I'll show you how it works on a preloaded book. Okay. And then I will go on to how you can, suppose you don't find, for example, here I have all these are all NCERT, CBSE ones. And here at the bottom, you will see something called My Book. My Book is, suppose you're not teaching NCERT, you're teaching a management college, you're teaching organizational behavior, or you're teaching IGCSE economics or A-level economics or A-level psychology or IB-DP level psychology. So you can add it in My Book. Okay. First, let's look at, once you have generated a book, what kind of resources can you get? Okay. So once you upload it, you can then select your book like that. And once you're selected, you can click on all
Harish?
these are chapters. Yes, please.
Yeah. So, but is it something that we can directly come to this particular point, or have we to register somewhere?
Yeah. I'll take you out. So 1 second. That's okay. I'll begin right at the beginning.
Vitima, you have to say something special. You raise your hand.
So I just wanted to know for classes below class 6.
Works well. Even classes below class 6, you can upload your own content. We are also working on uploading the content currently, but we as of now we have put up these, but we have institutions which are privately. The NCERT courses are which we have put up publicly, but we have institutions which are using this from grade 3 onwards. I haven't tried it below grade 3, but grade 3 onwards, we have a lot of people who are using it, and we will share. Okay. So
All right, thank you.
that's the website. Okay. UTLin.com. Okay. And when you, yeah.
So is this the first page that they see when
That's
you
the
open?
first page. That's the first page. Okay. And you got try free here. We have kept registrations open for first 1,000 educators. Then after that, the sign up will close temporarily because we are still beta. We will look at the experience of the 1,000 educators, and if say tomorrow, day after tomorrow, 3 days after, I don't know when, that we have just thrown it open today. So over the next 3-4 days, I'm expecting 1,000 educators to sign in. So you have to just click here, and then you will go to, because I've already logged in, it will take you to the sign up page. Let me log out. Okay. So yeah, that's the, from the home page. Okay. That's the home page. Try free. Click on that. Come here and just log in. Okay. I will log in. You have to create an account there. Okay. Just you can go to create an account, and then with that simple thing, you can just log in. Okay. And verify your email ID, and you are in. Okay. So let me just log in. Okay. So I have logged in, and when you log in, you will see this at the top. You can select all these subjects and go through and see what is in those subjects. All the subjects, I have kept it open for the next 3 to 5 days. You can view all of them. Okay. There are a few restrictions. I will talk about it later on. Okay. So suppose I take one subject and I go there. Okay. And then I select a chapter. Suppose I'm selecting that. And then I go to that. Okay. So now you will see that we have mapped the prompts right here. Okay. So for 10 standard science, for the unit of chemical reactions and equations, and for the topic, the introductory topic, I have got multiple things here. Okay. The first thing is, suppose I want to start with the mind map. Okay. So there. So, and mind map also are available in 2 ways. One is as per the topic, chapter content. Okay. And 2 is as per the concepts. Okay. So now suppose this is my mind map. So, right. So as a teacher, you can pinch, zoom, use this exactly the way I'm using it. So you can begin like that. Okay. And again, so that's the mind map tool. The second one is the classroom presentation tool. Okay. Now, when you're doing presentation, you have multiple ways of doing it. Suppose you want to go line by line as per the course book that you have generated. Okay. So you can just click there and this comes up and you can use it directly. Okay. Or you want it, you want it in a question answer form. Okay, so the same content I want it to be put up in a Q&A kind of a form. Okay, so then I get this. So you can see right here, there's a question, and then there's an answer. Okay, and there's a question and an answer. Okay, like that. Okay, like that. So this is the presentation prompt. Then from there, you may want to go to, say, notes. Okay.
So Harish, once mind map is there or presentation is created, how can we have it in another device, or how can we show it to the students?
See, the mind map and the presentation are two things, because they are not it is not actually a PPT. Okay, because it is code which is putting it up like a presentation. So these are the two things that has to be used directly. Rest of the stuff, we are just working on it. You will see, you can see a download button here. The download is being tested today, but over the next 2-3 days time, you will get this here. So you can download this as a Word doc and then use it. Okay.
Perfect.
So, but those are the only two things which you have to use directly. Okay. So you can just log in. You can use this on an interactive flat panel, PC, whatever you're using. Okay. Other than that, everything else, MCQs, notes, whatever I show you later, will all be in downloadable format. In 3-4 days time, we'll make it available across the board. Please bear with us, still beta, and please work with us, as we refine it. Everything is working, everything is fine, but as we use, we will come to know multiple things, and we are constantly developing. We have been thinking about launching since 3 months, but every time we go in, we think, okay, let's do this and then launch. Let's do this and launch. Then we decided, okay, we will launch and then we'll keep working on it, right? So yeah, so right, so that's the notes part of it. And again, in the notes, you have different types of notes. Suppose you want to know what kind of misconceptions can students have. Okay, so there. Okay, so what is the misconception? So these are all things which you can just look at it, compare and contrast. So within each prompt, there are multiple resources which have already been generated. Okay, suppose you want to do Q&A and case studies. Okay, right there. So there are long questions, question answers, like that. Okay, or you can then get on to other types of questions. You can also do case study based questions. And if you'll see here, there is a box which is given here, customize the output in the context of. Okay, so suppose you don't like this, or you want something very specific in this topic, you can just mention in the box and it will generate. Okay, so for example, there is a case study type question based on that particular topic. Okay, like that. So there's a scenario, there are questions, and there is an answer. Okay, and you got this box here. So if you want to give an example, you can actually give an example and then generate. So based on the topic, it will integrate your example and weave in and create the case study. Okay, so that's that. And so there are multiple prompts. You can generate MCQs, and then we have something which is called generate what you want. Okay, so where there's just a box, you write down what you want. Okay, and you will be able to generate it. Okay, I'll not go there. We will take that up later on. Okay, let me quickly take you through some of the other prompts. For example, you're doing math. Okay. So like I said, in math, generate similar sums. So just click there and you drag and drop a file. Okay. So you have to just take a file, and once you have given the file there, you click on generate, and whatever sum is there, you will have the additional sums of the same type, and you can simply download it. Okay. Then again, so just a second.
So teachers, there are a few queries in the chat box. I'll just quickly answer in the meantime. Yes, this tool is in the development, and probably most of the subjects, rather all of the subjects, would be made available here. Those subjects which primarily use English as a language for explanation are easily or readily available. For other languages like Hindi and Gujarati, it is in the development, and probably it will be available soon. And what is being worked on right now is that how this tool can be made so effective that a teacher would be able to use it on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
Yes, Harish.
Yeah. So I'll take this up. First understand how the resources are used. Then I'll take you. Don't worry about whether a book is there or not. You can upload any book. Okay, just don't worry about it. Hindi, Gujarati, Tamil, Malayalam, the AI finds it a little difficult to generate the right quantum. So what happens is 1,000 words in English becomes around 200, 300 words in Hindi. Okay, so what happens is it finds it difficult to process that information. And that is why it gets stuck. But if you can break it up into small chunks, then it is still able to do it. And language teachers, I'll share my ID at the end of it. We are happy to work with you, other language teachers, and find out how we can make it work for you. Okay. But it has to be done in micro pieces. Okay. But it works. But it works at a very smaller, granular level. Okay. So now let me take you further. Suppose I'm teaching this. And in that, teaching this. Okay. So there again, I have all these prompts. I can get a mind map even here. I can get MCQs, and I can get notes. And all this is downloadable in Word doc format. Okay. That's the most important thing. Okay. Some error there, but it will get resolved. So if you find any error in math formatting, all you have to do is click on regenerate, and it will rectify and give you the answer. Okay. So at times it may cause such issues. So
a quick question from a chat: would it work the similar way with the chemical equations in chemistry?
Oh yes, very much, very much. I'll show you. Right. You can see here math absolutely perfectly rendered. Okay. And let me just download this doc here. Okay. I will show you the doc file which I have just downloaded. Yeah, one sec. Yeah. Just show. Sec.
Another quick question I would be answering right now. In the meantime. Yes, I just was going through the chat box. Yes, you would be receiving, all the attendees today would be receiving an attendance certificate, probably on filling up of a feedback form, that link that I will be sharing at the end of the session. And as I could see in the chat, there were certain questions like, is this tool free, or how long it's free, something like that. So yes, we do use free tools only. So probably when you fill up a feedback form and you must still not receive a certificate, please be patient for next 24 hours, because we are also using those tools, free tools. Like they have got some limits of the day. Once the limit is achieved, it will be reset after some time. So, I repeatedly get queries that whether, sir, I'm not receiving the certificate. I've already filled up the form, not received the certificate. So, please be patient after you fill up the certificate. So, Shweta ma'am, can you just mute your session? Priti ma'am and Shweta ma'am.
जो हमें प्रोडक्ट शेप करने
Okay.
Yes,
So I have just put up on screen for you the Word doc, which we have downloaded, what you were just seeing on the screen, right? So that's only for you to understand that whether it is science equations, math equations, you can download all of it. Absolutely not a problem. Okay. And let me continue with my presentation. Okay. I just went off to Word to sort of see where we are. Okay. Right. Now, again, here you have multiple types. Now, you like some content, you can bookmark it so that when you come back, you can get it. Again, you can develop case study type questions also in math, like that. Okay. Like that. So that is also possible. And right, let me quickly take you through something in English language. Okay. Okay. So here we have, you can generate unseen passages. Okay. You have to just choose what level of language you want. Okay. And suppose let's take a high school passage. Okay. Let's put in what we are just doing right now in surveys, professional development of educators in the age of artificial intelligence. Let us suppose we want a passage like that. Okay. Okay. And we'll click on generate. Let's just see, just take a minute. It will take about, see, when you're generating the first time, for example, this is absolutely fresh content that is being generated because this is the context that I have just given now. So it will take 30, 40 seconds, 50 seconds max tops to get you the answer. As an educator, what you can do is you can generate the content. Yeah.
in the
Right.
meantime, Harish, there is one more teacher trying to connect the meet. I think so we need to allow them to enter.
Wait a second. Yeah,
Is there a request there?
just admitted. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So teachers, like you just saw, we generated a text. Okay. An unseen passage. Language teachers, if you are there, okay, so we generated a passage, and based on the passage, we got some very interesting questions here. Okay. Yeah. So, like you can see, the questions, of course, the questions are aimed at language, assessing language skills. Okay. Like that. So you can you can download this, you can tweak this, and then use it the way you want to. But like I said, the whole idea behind AI is that you are in the classroom, you discuss something, get a context from there, and then you sort of, yeah, Deepika ma'am, I will address this thing about primary school content. I'll just address it. Okay, just give me some time. Just give me some time. Let me make this clear. See, we as a platform, we are there to ensure anybody who has any content can generate all these resources. So let me come to my second part, and then you will understand whatever book you are teaching or whatever syllabus you are teaching, you can use it yourself. Okay. Yeah, we have a couple of hands. Let's take the questions first, and then we'll move on.
Yeah, rightly said. So, Neil Ratna, sir, ma'am, your hand was, yeah. Neil Ratna Sarkar, can you please ask the query? Okay. Shri Priya ma'am, you would like to ask something? I think it's by mistake. Tejal ma'am, do you want to ask something?
Yes, can I?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, Vishal sir, and good evening, Harish sir. I'm also a teacher, but my subject is IT. So can we generate the same information for IT subject? For example, if I want to generate the question answer for some coding program or something that. Over
Yes,
to
you
you.
can.
Thank you.
Yes, you can.
Okay, means
I will just
I'll
take you how to do it.
yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Pratiksha ma'am, you would like to ask anything?
Yes, sir. Basically, I just want to ask that is there any app available for Hindi teachers? Like Hindi teachers facing difficulty for making LPs, making worksheets. So, is there any app for Hindi teachers?
Uh, I will just come to it. You can use Hindi here also. Okay. But I'll just come to it.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can I use it in Bengali language?
Regional languages, currently, you will have to specify the context very sharply. Otherwise, it will not be able to generate. It doesn't generate this kind of content. Still takes time, but specific languages and specific content, I will just come to it. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Scott, you want to ask something?
Hello, thank you so much, Harish Iyer and everyone in Google Educator Groups India. I just emailed the question because I can't seem to add it to the text chat. But this is a brainstorming question. How might UTLin work with a specific MIT open courseware course, say Intro to Chemistry or Intro to Computer Science? And then potentially further, how might UTLin work with these individual MIT open courseware courses as syllabuses in the future, translated into, say, Hindi language or into Tamil language? Thank you for this timely and topical talk. I emailed these questions to you as well. Thank you.
Scott. Yeah,
Very
we'll
interesting,
get back
Scott.
to you. Yeah.
Very interesting, and I'm sure, and we are actually looking at those aspects even as we speak, right? So, but very interesting, and that's the whole idea, that if there is some course material that is available, how do we convert it into a form that it can help the educators take it to the classroom and to the students? Because there are plenty, say you look at OpenStax. So there are so many books which are already available there. There are so many other places where there are books, there are transcripts, there are course material which is available. But just having a book or a course material does not help you in taking it directly to the classroom, because you are looking at students. When you look at students, they have multiple needs. You want to present information, you want to assess, you want to give notes. So UTLin is precisely aimed at helping educators generate those kind of instructional material using either just a syllabus or a preset course content. Okay, I'll just take you through in the next step. Right. Okay. So I have already briefed in terms of, you can all play around. This is open to everyone. Okay. So you can just see the content which is available. And from there, you can try all this. Okay. Everybody who signs in also gets a few tokens. So 20, 30 prompts. You can also freely available content. You can just see without anything. And then if you want to customize it, once you sign up, we are also giving you some free tokens that you can try out on that. Okay. So don't worry. Just try to see, what can happen. Okay. Then you come to the next step. Say your book is not there. Okay. So you'll go here. You'll go to create my book. Okay. So when you go there, now these are things which I was with a university prof today. A psychology prof was teaching counseling. Okay, so we just created unit 1 for him as we were just talking. So what you will do here, you will go to create a book. Okay, and you will give the name of the topic, you will select the language level of the book, and you will give a good description of whom that book is for. What is the background of the students, which country, which place, what are the course objectives. Try to give in a very good definition in terms of the subject description, and then add your chapters and topics. Okay, give it a name, give the first topic a name, and then if you just have a syllabus, just give those topics there. Say, pick nutrition, like that. Okay, write it as specifically, as detailed as possible. If you want some examples, please give those examples. Okay, write it everything there. Keep adding your chapters and topics. Okay, like that. And once you have added them, once you have added all your chapters and topics, just click on publish. Okay, I'll because of lack of time, I'll just take you to something which I've already done like that. So suppose I come here. Okay, so as soon as you publish it, yeah, sorry. Did somebody ask something?
No, I think mistake.
Yeah, okay. So once you click on create a book, and once you publish it, you can see the content that has been generated. Okay, so for example, we worked on 12 topics. Okay, so I see the content that was generated. Okay, now if you want, you can add something here. You can write additional points. Okay, or edit is this. So this way you just check that whatever you have generated, whether it is as per, or you want to copy something from somewhere and add some text here, you want to give some examples. So this way, this becomes your unit 1 or session 1. Okay, similarly session 2, session 3. And once you are sure that okay, all this looks good, then go to the next step, which is mapping of the prompts. So remember, we are doing this unit. So we created a book, then we verified the concepts, and then we go to mapping of prompts. Okay, so you'll just come here, you'll select the category. Suppose it's an English prose chapter. Okay, so you'll click on English language, then you will click on what is the, suppose you want unseen passages, you want questions from, you want to generate grammar questions, you can do that. And then you will select the chapter and you will select the topics. Okay, either one topic or all topics. You don't want it for these topics, so you will just delete it, like you'll just cross it out. Okay, and then you will just click on map. That's it. Okay, so automatically this cognitive behavioral approaches. So English, let's look at some assessment based thing. Okay, suppose I want children to do self-assessment. Okay, and I want them to do this here, and I want it on these topics. Okay, and I'll just map. That's it. Okay, so that way, now when you go back to your dashboard, which is, we'll just go here and you select the chapters. Okay, and all your prompts are right there. So you can just click on it and you will be able to see for your book, what you designed, you'll be able to see all the stuff that you want to see. We mapped the self-assessment checklist, the self-assessment checklist will be there, like that. Let us just click and see. Okay, it will just take about 30-40 seconds and you will have the answer. So for everyone who was asking whether we have ICSE books or whether we have other books, currently we have mapped only the CBSE content from 6 to 12, and that is an exemplar because as a platform, what we are looking at is there. Okay, that's a revision checklist based on that. And then you can also create that you can give this out to your students for self-assessment. and say that, hey kids, can you just check if you know all this, and they can just stick on it. Okay. So I'll just do I can statements, one of my favorite things, because when we are talking about metacognition, when we are talking about self-assessment, empowering students, using assessment as a learning tool and not just as a thermometer approach, to find out what is right and what is wrong there. So look at that. That's what students can just stick on it, that yes, I can apply, understand and apply the principles of Socratic questioning. I can use case studies. I can do this, like that. Right? So that's what the platform is. If you can't find your subjects here, don't worry, because that's not our core objective. Our core objective is not to give you these subjects. Our core objective is to enable you to create your own plan and use it. Of course, whichever subjects are already there, please feel free to use them. No issues there. But otherwise, our core objective is that IT teacher wants to create a book. You will create your book. You will give the examples, and from that, you can generate MCQs, you can generate case studies, you can generate PPTs, you can generate mind maps. So you create your book and you use it. Okay. I will stop my presentation here, and we can take questions. And if there are any anything, Dr. Varia, you feel that I should more, I can. But otherwise, the platform is absolutely open. You all can go and use it. Okay.
Very well explained, Harish, and very well demonstrated the tool. I think it is, ignited the curiosity in minds of all the teachers present here. And we have a few hands that are raised. We'll just catch up those things first. Neelratan sir, you still have any doubt? Okay. Damini ma'am? Yes, Neelratan sir. Okay. Damini ma'am, you have any doubts? Priya ma'am, you have any doubts?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
we are giving support for preparing content. Why don't you do it for a timetable, sir? It's a hectic work in our school always. For making timetable.
All AIs
100%
will
agree.
fail when it
100%
comes
agree.
to all AIs will fail when it comes to timetabling.
Timetable.
So certain things are left untouched. That will leave it to the humans. Yeah.
And then mark test also, sir. Grading is very tough. Grading.
Yeah.
Basically, this is for content
Absolute
and
grading.
content creation. So teachers generally have questions like, if they want to create a question paper, if you want to create a solution sheet, or would like to create a content which is useful to the students in the class. So basically, this is more focused on the content, and I think timetable is more of an administrative task, and it's not covered in this module, I suppose.
I had to create the software for timetable. It was in 2000.
Okay.
And right from that time, it is still in force. Because we can change ourselves, but we cannot change the program. कोई नहीं करना चाहता.
True.
So this is administrative work.
So Scott, you have any suggestions here? You had raised your hand.
Yes, thank you. Again, I'm curious, and I emailed you about this as well, Harish. What kind of organization is UTLin? And could it even possibly grow to focus specifically on making specific MIT OpenCourseWare courses and syllabi available? Is there a capacity to grow and potentially in other Indian languages, beyond English, please?
Yeah, Scott, we are already working on Hindi and Gujarati because we are based out of Gujarat. So Gujarati comes almost naturally. We are exploring looking at Malayalam because we have just signed up with a school there. So they have evinced interest in doing it. So these are the 2 or 3 Indian languages that we are definitely interested in. And MIT coursework, I'm sure that's something I don't know how to approach it. I will look at getting somebody on the team to work on it. But we are more than happy to bring that on board. We have the bandwidth, we have the availability, and we have a lot of college students who volunteer and intern with us, and I think we can do that.
Thank you. Fascinating. Yes. Let's continue in email. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Definitely.
Thanks, Scott, for joining in today's session. I really appreciate your presence.
Thank you, Vishal, for the invitation, and Harish for the excellent presentation and UTLin work.
Thank you so much, Scott. Thank you so much.
Sure. Harish, one basic question I think all teachers would like to learn from this is, how is it available? Is it available free of charge to us? For what number of subjects? For what number of duration? Or how shall we access it?
Yeah. So I'll answer this. Okay. See, what we are looking at is one, you can generate your own book. Okay. When you generate the book, the total platform is not free. Let me be very clear. It is not possible because there are costs associated with use of AI, and it's an expensive proposition. But our books that you see, which we have already pre-generated, we assume that for any book to be generated and used by an educator, it will cost, if it's a custom book, you are making your own book. Okay. We assume the costs will be anything between 1,000 rupees to 2,000 rupees. Okay. It's a one-time cost. And then as you keep generating resources, you may get minor costs. Okay. The NCERT material that we have already generated, that's available to teachers at something like 500 rupees for the whole year, in which they can use each subject and use that for the whole year and generate as much resource as they want. Okay. But when you are generating your own book, I don't have a definitive answer for it, because it all depends on how many chapters, how many topics, how many prompts you are mapping. It's a dynamic thing based on tokens, and we calculate the prices on that. But as a ballpark figure, okay, as a ballpark figure, let me put it in that if you are generating a book from a scratch, okay, you could be spending something like $25-30, okay, and using it. So that's that. And say around 2,500 rupees is what you are looking at, a ballpark figure. I don't have a definitive answer because it all depends on what is the length of your course, how many prompts you are running on it. Say you decide to run 100 prompts, nobody runs that. But if you want to run on the same topic, you want to run so many prompts, then there are charges for that. On an average, we charge exactly what the AI tools are charging us to cover our costs. To some extent, we have got support from Microsoft. They have given us funding for the prompts to AI tools to use. So we have come this far, and we have generated all of this, and that's why we are able to keep the prices so low, just to cover our costs, and so that we can move forward. Yeah.
So initially, would it be available for free to the teachers? I mean, for those attendees.
As of now, you can open up and see all the courses. They are absolutely open to everyone. All the prompts that are generated and pre-generated are absolutely open for everyone to see. All of you who have joined here, I'm sure tomorrow Dr. Varia is going to send you a mail, and on that I will share a link. You go through the platform, and after you have gone through the platform, decide on, say, like I said, each subject is available for 500 rupees, but I want the community to sign up, use it. Okay. So we will give you perpetual access. You can just mention some of the courses for which you want perpetual or year-long access, and we will provide you with that. Once you have signed up, just mention your email ID on which you have signed up and what courses you would like, and we will provide it. Yeah.
That's brilliant, Harish, and it's really generous of you to provide this to the attendees today here. And I'm sure teachers would be generously using it as well, so that you could be receiving the feedback that you want for development of the tool.
Use it and get back to us in terms of give us your feedback, where you are stuck, what else would you like to have, and also talk about us. You know, if you like something, tell people. Because that is what, see, at the kind of price points that we are working, we can't really be spending money on customer acquisition. You know, for us, that is not possible, because just getting a lead on a Google AdWord or some of these platforms cost me more than 500, 700, 800 rupees. You know, that's the kind of cost that are running around for lead generation. So what we are looking at is educators using the platform, talking about it, and taking it across. So, you know, think about it like this, that you are getting everything that you get from a paid AI account at a very low fixed price. You know, $1,000. A teacher teaching psychology in 11th and 12th spends 1,000 rupees and gets access to the whole thing for the whole year, like that. Okay.
Great, Harish. So, yeah, if you already come to the
1 minute, only last question.
Yes, Tejal.
Okay. If I have not uploaded, for example, if I am from the IT field, the IT, we are having lots of languages and different variety, which is getting updated every day, right? So if I update my one chapter, can I generate the program?
Ma'am, see, I'll just share. Let me share my screen and let me, or in the comment box, I am going to write my email ID. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm sure there would be many questions here, and yes, you can directly get back to Harish. Tomorrow,
please write to me, and Tejal ma'am will be happy to do an IT course with you. And so once we know, you know, what are the requirements of an IT educator, we will design the prompts like that, and we will design the system like that. So we will do your course. We will do one course absolutely free with you. Please get in touch with me, and we will do your course.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, why I am asking this question? Everywhere there is a seminar regarding the software. Everyone is talking about the English, maths, EVS, chemistry, and no one is thinking about the IT. And this all subjects are technology based on IT, and nobody is thinking about the IT subject in theory.
No, let's do it. Let's do it. Just send me a mail on, I have mentioned it. It is harish@utlin.com, utlin.com.
Yes, sure, sir.
Also taking information technology. They are doing all with the help of computer only, all the subject teachers, but they are not
exactly.
our subjects, because it's a skill subject, they are not bothering about us. Even students.
We will change that. You just write to me and we will do a book with you. Okay.
Hashtag technology.
Take me up on this. I will work with you personally, and I'll get this done.
That is so generous of you, Harish. But as it goes with the kitchen chef, no, there is no particular plate for the chef. Chef has it from all the plates he prepares.
Yeah.
This is what I am feeling every time. Each and everyone is thinking about English, maths, and EVS, but nobody is thinking about our subject. We are also teaching theory.
Let's do it.
They will borrow from us. Maths teachers will borrow from us, and they will say, students will learn computer science and information technology easily. Don't worry. They will get mark like that. They will say.
See, that's absolutely the reason, you know, why we said you create your course. Okay, because it is not possible for, see, you know, once we create CBSE, then we create ICSE, then we create Gujarat board, then we create Maharashtra board, then we create Delhi board. Doesn't make sense. You know, there are so many needs, and it's not just K-12. We are working with management colleges. We are working with engineering colleges. Today, I was with a college at the master's level. They are going to create. So, you know, we have a tool. Now, you take it up. You try it. If you are stuck, write to me, and we will get it sorted.
So nice of you, Harish. I think we're coming to the conclusion of the session today. I've already shared a feedback form link here. I would also be sharing a follow-up email with you all. All the candidates will be receiving a follow-up email tomorrow, which will be containing the recording of the session. Again, the link of the feedback form and certain other links copied to the slide deck that Harish demonstrated to us today, and certain other things that Harish would be sharing with us that I'll be sharing with you, all the candidates, by tomorrow. So please be patient till you receive all those communications. You shall also be receiving communication from Harish as well, because this is still in a lot of development right now. Yes, KK sir, you may leave if you are busy. And so tomorrow probably everything will be answered in the email itself, and you will be also be getting a chance to get back to Harish or get back to us, the team of UTLin, and you will be getting the answers thereon. So,
Dr. Varia, you may please share my email ID also when you share the email, so that anybody who wants can get in touch with me.
Yeah. So that comes to the conclusion of today's sessions. Thank you very much for joining this session and making this session interactive and interesting as well. And I'm sure you'll be benefited with this, as you'll be getting a lot of utility of this tool with your subjects. We shall be coming up with another such interesting topics and sessions in future as well. So stay connected with GG Ahmedabad and keep yourself updated with all these EdTech tools. Thank you once again for joining here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
So please share the feedback form link again.
Yes, I will share the feedback form link. Yes, Carol ma'am, you were answering something?
Good evening, sir. No, I just wanted to tell you thank you so much. Thank you, Vishal sir. Thank you, Harish sir.
Thank you.
Thanks, ma'am, for joining in.
Thank you all for joining in. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Vishal sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Such
Thank
a
you for
wonderful
giving me positive
session.
response regarding technology.
Thank you, Tejal.
Yes, the form link is not working.
What is happening? Form link is not accepted.
It is not opening.
Yeah. So as I told, we are
it is
using
not opening.
No problem. Try it after 1 hour. As I told, it's a free tool that we are using for certificate generation. So when there is excessive link or excessive hits to the form, it will stop accepting it. After some time, it will again restart accepting it. So you may recheck the same link again later on. And tomorrow also, I shall be sharing the feedback form link in the email. So you can keep on, if you don't get a certificate, just don't worry. Keep on trying. After day 1, day 2, you will receive a certificate, and it's auto-generated, so it will be fine. Be sure you enter your email ID correctly, because it will automatically be sent to the email ID that you fill up in the feedback form. All right, then.
Thank you, Dr. Vishal.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Vishal Varia.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for joining and spending your time.
Thank you.
So we conclude today's event here. Harish, we can stop the recording and end the meet here. No worries, Rachna ma'am. It will start accepting the link form again. Yes, you will receive the email in the email tomorrow, the link again. We may leave the session now. I'm ending the meet for all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
फोटो आहे का चालू आहे माझं नाही मिस
कर अभ्यास कर.
हो मिसचा पेन आहे.
अगो तुला काय करायचं ग काव्या? चटणी भाकर
मिस
काय करायचं?
खेळायचं.
काय खेळणार आहे? अभ्यासाच्या टायमाला खेळ कसा येते?
सोबत खेळ
बोल बा.
शेती तुम्ही तुला वाकडतो आता हातात पकडते. मिस मला आवाज आहे की मला
पाच
तिथं दत असतो पडी बसून लावायची बंद करून